Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the gold market. So if you remember, within a few weeks probably we said that, talked about on daily chart, we said there's nothing to do because market has completed important targets around 1770 areas, butterflies, BCD pattern, and we said, well, it's currently market stands near the overbought area and hits major targets, so daily traders have to sit on their hands and wait for a response, and the market will show some retracement to get the better price levels for entry, and probably that should happen if market will not able to continue upward action immediately. On the intraday charts, we got some trading stops, but all of them were not really, well, we can't call it as the superb setup, so they mostly were based on the trade or minor harmonic patterns on retracements and so on. Mostly on the hourly charts was also not very impressive. But currently the situation starts to change, and in the gold market currently we have a lot of interesting trading stuff, trading opportunities in both directions. That's really, well, could be very attractive in a few weeks probably. As usual in today's report, we're taking a look at the fundamental background, and indeed short-term fundamental factors mostly becomes bearish for the gold. It doesn't mean that the long-term trend is over. It just means that market needs some relief and probably will show the deep retracement before any maybe upward continuation will happen. Technical picture mostly reflects the same, so if even here on the daily chart you could see that price has dropped below the previous tops. So although market was standing above this area for a few weeks or even months, it was not able to proceed upward action. So standing here is not enough energy currently to continue upward trend immediately. So market should drop more, get some preparations for upward continuation, and then trying to do the same again and breaking this top. But currently, as market has dropped back inside of the range of this consolidation with significant action, it means that it could reach any support level inside of this range. And our first area that we are focused on is, of course, this level. Daily chart shows that it's really strong resistance, really high probability that will be safe trying to take the long position up from here, because at least minor bounce here should happen. You can see this is confidence support, this is agreement, it's XOP target of this ABC top pattern. This is daily oversold area. But also, if you'll take a look on the weekly chart, you'll see that it's also weekly oversold, and potentially here we have weekly bullish stretch pattern, bullish directional pattern. So that's our primary area to consider for taking the long position on a daily chart. That's what we will keep an eye on. But, well, it stands somewhere in the future, because market currently is calling around 1687, and before it will go to the XOP, it probably will show some reaction on some targets that we have on intraday charts on this support level, and that's additional trading stops that we could get, and they are mostly for the bears, those who are trading this pattern ABCD that we discussed yesterday as well. And we could consider possibly taking the short position when market's going to the XOP. So you can see already here we have the two different trading steps on the gold, and all of them are really look nice because you can see the strength of the levels that we're discussing. On the intraday charts, we have actually two basic scenarios for our time frame chart. That's our ABCD pattern that we talked about on Friday and Thursday. Take a look. That market, as we said on Friday, has hit the OP target. It's based on the good non-farm payrolls data. This market just collapsed and hit the OP. That's great. Taking into consideration the pattern itself, you could see that the CD lag is much faster than AB. So you can see market shows the acceleration. Even in the beginning of the CD lag, and pull back, and it's again right to the OP target. It means that once market will finish the response to the OP, with respect to this target, it should continue a downward direction to the XOP level. That's what probability tells. In most cases, when you have the ABCD pattern and CD leg shows acceleration, it means that big chance the market will continue to the XOP target. This very often happens. As a rule, it happens. So it means that dealing with this ABCD pattern, we need to consider some pullback to the fib levels that stand inside of the CD leg. That's our first scenario. Second scenario is based on the potential head and shoulders pattern here. So take a look, it's really wide and extended potential pattern. It could become left shoulder, head, and it could become right shoulder. In this case, market ultimately could go up to the 1730 or even 1740 area because it should keep harmony with the tops of the left arms right here. That's the second scenario. And, well, to control the scenarios and understand what's particular is going on, we need the hourly chart, and we will work on the hourly chart for the bearish positions on this week. So, on the hourly chart, you could see the levels that we have on this CD leg for our ABCD pattern. Initially, I think that we could focus on the 17 even area, because market keeps very accurately harmonic swings, as you can see, and harmonic swing particular points on this level. That's previous lows, so it provides additional resistance. And that's the first level that we could consider for taking the short position because, well, at the first touch of this level, probably we'll get at least some retracement. It will be relatively safe trying to go short, if of course we will not get straightforward action above it. It's just single candle or very fast action. In this case, of course, we should not take the short position here. If it will be gradual, something of that sort, well, it's really relatively safe to try and short here. And then we will see what will happen. So, if market somehow will proceed higher and reach the 1716 area, that will be the hint on our second scenario with the head and shoulders. Why? Because if market will reach this level, we could get reverse head and shoulders pattern. So take a look, that could become left shoulder, head, right shoulder will be formed. And in this case, we'll try to estimate the possible target of this head and shoulders pattern. So I'll just change the color. In this case, it could be exactly 1738, between 1730 and 1740 area. That agrees with the top on the 4-hour time frame chart, on the 4-hour time frame chart that we are talking about. If here we will get the reverse head and shoulders. Relatively easy to understand. So, first stage is focusing on this level. If it will be gradual, we're trying to go short. With the first bounce, we move stops to the break-even, see what will happen. If we're going lower, that's great. We're going to the downside. We're turning to the daily chart and watching for XOP. Because no other barriers exist in the market here. So market already has moved below these lows. Market has broken first level. Here's relatively free space right to the XOP. 1630 it will be. If, after minor bounce, market stops turning up and moving back to the 1716 area, we are turning to the second scenario. Scalpers on the hourly chart, if you're bullish, you could consider taking the long position at the bottom of the right arm with the target around 1740. Bears waiting for a completion of the head and shoulders, considering short position around 1740 for downside action. That's what we intend to do on the gold market next week. So as you can see, very pretty nice trading setups, clear patterns, good strong levels, so everything that we like to get when we are trading on the markets. Well, I hope that next week really will be interesting on the gold.